And hello again. We are on the Lone Amidst the Stars questline, Artemis the Explorer questline. We are currently they want us to reach the long distance transmitter. Now, we can do this from basically anywhere. Throw that in there. So we just need to go. Right now, we had the set for the home front, so that is my current plan. We're just going to go to the home front since it's already set up to start there, and we'll move from there because that is my preferred home planet. That's literally why I set it up there and everything. So. I am tempted, though. I want to see something real quick. Because I'm considering rebuilding this base. In such a way that, but see, I don't think it'll work because you can't go 1200 in two directions. So I don't think that'll work. Like from the center, you can basically go 600 in all directions or 1200 in one direction, but you can't go 1200 in two different directions. If I remember the way that it works correctly. So that was weird. What I was trying to do, or what I was hoping to do, was rebuild this whole thing. Of course, there is the option of, trying to find another spot on the planet and rebuild there. What was this one? It was an A? Now, and we do have the other planet, and we could switch to that, but I'm not sure about if there's an oxygen area there to build on. We already have an oxygen plant here, an oxygen and a copper node here. I forget what. There is a power hotspot nearby. It's right over there. Yeah, and you may have noticed that even though our scanning range has improved significantly since we set all this up, it's an A. There we go. Okay, so this one was an A. It is a good one. It's just barely off from being an S. So it's not bad. We do have that S one that we found, but we don't know if there's any good like an oxygen supply nearby. Nodes, if there's any other good nodes nearby. And I guess the question then becomes, do we even care? I mean, because we can leave this as it is and just forgo and then build a good base later, somewhere else. Just build, a bigger, more substantial base, on another planet. This is just the two mines. We just leave them here and we go about our business. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the Golden Crucible. We named this. We can change the name of this. from the home front to something else. But in fact, we'll just do that. It'll make me feel better about the whole thing. This is now going to be the copper mine. There, now I feel better about it. Okay, so that's where we're going. That's what we're gonna do now. We're just gonna rename that shit and leave. The planet served us well, but and it will continue to serve as well as a mine. A lot of contrails right there. Figure out where it actually is. I probably passed it already and couldn't see it. It is? Yep, I did. We passed it. Alright. I'm just gonna do all the normal stuff that you're supposed to do. Grab our free salvage data that's always right next to these uninhabited building that always have junk laying on the floor. I think they did that just so nobody would want to use them or anything. I think that's why they left the shit scattered on the floor to make it impossible to walk through. Otherwise, people would just, you know, be like, "Oh, it's an empty building. That's perfect. We just build a base here and have a free building." Not that people don't already do that anyway with the main buildings. I've seen lots. I've run into systems that, you know, people build bases on these towers right here. I don't know why. I mean, they do look cool and everything, but the towers themselves really have no purpose beyond this quest line, as far as I've ever been determined. They exist solely for you to be able to have one in every system so that you can access it for this quest line. But if you just find one and you activate it and everything, you can like review old messages that don't say anything or tell you anything or give you any hints even, as far as I've ever been able to determine. Hollow terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter designed to facilitate holographic communication across long distances. The extra power should allow me to re-establish the connection to Artemis. Tune to Artemis's frequency. I try to locate Artemis's frequency, uploading the data from our previous communication. Hello, Artemis. How are you? Who's there? You? It's you again, isn't it? You really are real, aren't you? You aren't a dream? Say you are real. I'm sorry, it's hard to think here. Something's wrong with the... It's easy to create a better reality when you have to. I thought you might be a dream. I'm sorry, I haven't heard another voice in so long. Not since I cut the speaker from my exosuit. It said such terrible things. Ask who they are. The stranger smiles through the static. I'm just like you. You are a traveler of worlds, aren't you? Ask how they know. They do not respond with speech. They transmit a vision, a red star, and a fragile world. I do not understand the shapes within, the whispers. I see life forms scattered to the far reaches of the galaxies. I see this stranger's first breath, yearning for the stars. I see myself slumbering in the crimson void, waiting for a dream of worlds. And through the darkness, I hear it said, "Anomaly detected. Designation Traveler." What I showed you just now, it has haunted me since I awoke. You must recognize it too. We are the travelers, discoverers of worlds. From the moment you opened your eyes, you must have known you were not like the others. So did I. Before I became stranded here, I was on a journey to finally meet. It cannot be a coincidence that you found this signal. Tell me, do you still have the data log from that crashed ship? Mention nada. Who? Please, I have to see that data. Don't toy with me, I don't have time. Wait, upload the data then. I upload my exosuit's records, including the strange transmission I received, and the data I found at the crashed vessel. Much of my equipment is damaged. I'm alone, on foot, stranded on a sunless world. I don't even know how your signal is reaching me, but this ship you found, it belonged to me once. Perhaps there is hope after all. We need to work out where we both are. If you build signal boosters across the system, we should be able to triangulate your position. I'll be able to find my way out, and you'll get all the answers you seek. Plan. Sounds like a good plan to me. Thank you, Traveler. You're going to save my life. You're going to find me. I believe. Signal booster. Hello, signal booster I built long ago that I've had in storage this whole time. Angulate position.
Navigational data received.
Alright, pull that sucker up. Now you know why I hate ladders. Planet number 2 in the triangulation. Now, technically, you know this wouldn't work this way, right? Like, even if we set up a different the triangle, it would only find things that were within the triangle that you're using to triangulate with. So, like, it only works if it's within the system, if her location is within the system that we're in, and it's obviously not in this system. So, logically speaking, if we were searching for somebody on a galactic scale, you'd have to go to extremely far-reaching distances to create a triangle in which, and then you'd make that triangle smaller and smaller until you narrowed down the location to a point that to a searchable size, which on a galactic scale is basically not existent. Anyway, so, and I'm at it. Or at least not with the technology as it's presented in this game. Yeah, if they had technology that could scan that much, you know, it would be obvious. Just
Navigational data received.
go. I mean, they had to do it for the story and not make it impossible to do. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you set up the first one. Now go 22,000 light years that way. Yeah, I mean that doesn't make sense. So I get it. You know, they had to make it so that it was within a reasonably coverable distance. Do the triangulation.
Navigational data received. Warning. Threat detected.
See, like this is where like the Atlas Pass version 2 is required. And through that door is most likely a little terminal that requires you to have a remembrance equipped to use it. Interloper. Something me and this something. For the death of the Earth. Equipment is weak. The Viking silences me with a raised hand as I approach, as though listening to a sound, but I hear nothing. They input something into a terminal, and an eerie static drone begins to sound from within my exosuit. We lock eyes, listening together. This facility seems to have been designed or repurposed to trace the specific audio signal. It hisses and pops, not quite coming through clearly. Calibrate coordinates? I attempt to recalibrate the direction of the audio receiver, but each adjustment I make only seems to weaken the signal. The Viking shouts at me in frustration, indicating that I should leave. Okay, that was not the correct answer for that one. I'll tell you what is the correct answer, though. I'm going to go kill these douchies. Guess what purpose you serve? Fodder. That's the purpose that you guys serve. You are fodder. Goodbye. Now you're dead fodder. Why isn't he taking any damage? There it went. I mean, you did see that, right? I was definitely hitting that ship, and it wasn't taking any damage. Where are you? Okay. I can actually see you, can I? I can see you, though. Alright, that's better. Nothing makes me feel better than just wiping out some lame pirates. This? When I first reached out to the heavens, I had no idea what to expect. The beauty, the mystery, the adventure, the danger. And here we are, aren't we? Go to a hollow terminus, upload your data, let's find each other. Okay, and if you wonder why I'm going a little bit feminine on that, for some reason Artemis has always struck me as a little bit feminine of a character. I mean, I know generally they don't have genders in this, or at least they don't say they have genders and everything, but to me Artemis is female. Artemis is female, Null is female, and Apollo is male. I mean, and that's just based on the name to me, and you know, kind of the way they present themselves. And I know Null, like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, Null is literally just a complete machine person, but for some reason, my impression of the character, and I know I'm probably going to get some hate for saying, you know, for assuming a character's gender when they really are technically genderless, but, you know, it's just the way my brain works.
Hostile ships deleted.
Oh, that's right. I can't find it. I'm like, where is the marker? I can't find it because the marker doesn't exist until you scan. See something unusual, so I'm gonna go look at it for it just a little bit. This is really rare right here. Have a cave appear above ground level like this in a cliffside. It just doesn't happen often. I mean, the system doesn't tend to generate stuff like that easily. So that's really neat. And everything. That, I mean, this is fairly common, just having a hole that falls down in, but one that like is on a cliffside like that is quite odd. I mean, it doesn't extend to the ground. Now, you know, if it extended to the ground, that would be different. But having it just pop out in the middle of a cliff like that with a big round hole, that's quite unusual. Well, I had to go check it out. It's pretty neat, though. Hollow terminus activated. I'm not gonna read all this every time. When you access it, it always says the same thing at first. Well, it always, for these it does. There are some later that have that it says different stuff. Have you triangulated your position? Let me know when you're ready to receive some data. Confirm. We're ready. We're really getting somewhere. Hold on. I'll just Artemis transmit some data of their own. A star chart showing the skies around their location. I don't have any equipment. I don't know where I am. I don't even know how long I've been here. I've taken an old-fashioned approach. I've sketched the stars. You should find plenty of locals able to match our star patterns. My ship was nearby, so we can't be far apart. And I guess that's the logic of why she thinks we should be able to triangulate her position, you know, by just going to different planets within the system. She thinks, well, if the ship was there, it has to be the right system, right? I'll patch my translator through so that you can understand what they're saying. You'll need to calibrate it first, but that should only take a few words. Good luck, or maybe see you soon. Artemis's translate. Okay, now, don't think about this thing. And I'm going to explain why you shouldn't. Because, well, okay, I'm not going to explain it yet. I should explain it, but there's a reason that it becomes a weird thing for it to be. Because, like she said, she's patching us through. So we're remotely connecting. She's not giving us a technology. She's attaching us to a technology that she has as part of her suit or something like that. At least that's what she said, and everything. And I know we had to build it, but I assume we just built a patch, you know, that connects us. An automatic translation device must be calibrated preloading with this and translation data. Yeah, device must have network connection to Artemis to function. Right? Remember that. Just remember that. It will become really weird when you think about it. Sure. Okay, so we're going to scan for an alien outpost, which we can only do at this point with our regular scanner, because it's part of the quest. Normally you can't do that with your regular scanner. And I'm going to be honest with you, you should be able to. You should be able to use your ship scanner to scan for anything the exocrafts can scan for on a planet's surface. You should be able to, period. It's just, yeah, your scanner shouldn't be that limited. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have to, like, install something that lets you do that. That would be fine. You know, you have to install a scanner upgrade or something that, okay, this allows you to search for this kind of building and that kind of thing, you know, and everything. But the fact that your ship scanners can't scan for that stuff, whereas an exocraft, which arguably should not be as powerful in terms of scanning or really anything, can do it, it seems odd. Seems off. Seems weird. Warrior Raya. Interloper. It is interloping. All will have butts. All will have butts. Yes, all will have butts. We're born with them, we live with them, we die. I submit my request nervously, but Warrior Raya adopts a gentle posture for one so intimidating. They teach me a word of their language and bow with respect. As I turn to leave, Warrior Raya barks to stop me. They must have appreciated my interest in their history. As they thrust me a chart with directions to an ancient relic. I'm so sorry. I couldn't help it. Because it said as I turned to leave, I admire your butt. Sorry. Do I have? Yeah, see, okay, so I still have blueprints I haven't bought from like the aeration map. I'm just gonna get them. They're cheap. It's like, and at this point we haven't gotten them for free, and I'm just, yeah, I'm not that worried about that. I mean, I do know that we're. Why is it highlighting the building? Just a little strange. I'm just wondering why it's doing. Guys, I have a sneaking suspicion that there might be a crashed freighter nearby. I guess we could go. Nah, it's not that hard to find the crashed freighter. Okay. And I don't want to take a side trip at this point from what we're doing. First thing we need to always tries to pin those recipes. All right, so we need the chart. There we go. Well, you can see the radius of our scanner right there, very clearly. You can see the circle of our radius. That means we need to go up first. Ancient knowledge passed down through generations of Viking warriors spills from the marker stone, filtering into my mind like a long-forgotten memory. None hamper the path towards Drydrag as the sentinels. They must be destroyed. Their time will be ended. So has it been written. So it shall be, come to be. This the Viking swear. And we need to speak help with language, or we will not progress the quest, and then we'll be screwed. My knowledge of the Viking increases. And I think we're waiting for the quest update at this point. Oh no, yeah, okay. Yeah, it wants us to speak to Nada and Polo. It changed the quest on us to go speak with them before we do the next part of the Artemis quest. Nada. This is blinking. Is that normal? I think that's normal. Nada saw. It's not. There it is. I was gonna say that's what his face should look like. Nada saw a signal, traveler friend. You connect with Artemis entity. No, Artemis. Artemis friend wishes to meet other travelers, but they have. It seems Artemis friend has forgotten Nada. Curious. It is good to help this entity, traveler, but Nada advises caution. Artemis entity is a traveler entity, unlike you. Nada had made them safe. How do you know? This entity may be Artemis entity, but a different iteration. Another way for Artemis entity to be. For fraud, the universe does not like our little home. We do not acknowledge their rules, and they would punish us. Nada friend guides lost anomalies to our home, makes them safe from the Crimson Hunter. Nada is great friend indeed. Artemis. Perhaps Artemis friend has forgotten us. That would be sad. Or I will think that Artemis friend has traveled somewhere when they have not met us yet. Ah, Polo, my dear friends, scattering implications across the universe with your tender words. I'm sorry, I don't like Nada that much. You have to interact with him more, but I like Polo more because he's very, he's very accepting of everybody, and you know he doesn't feel like he's trying to keep as many secrets. He's just got that attitude like, I'm not keeping secrets. It just doesn't really matter to me as much. At least at this point in the story, it's just, you know, he's just like, oh yeah, and you know, and he just references stuff offhandedly that's like, oh, so time travel then, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna pause for a minute and I'll be back shortly. Alright, restart there for a second. Pause the recording. Track here. Doing calibrations. Wants us to find some knowledge stones. We can do that, sure. It really doesn't like to fucking work to those save beacons. At all. knowledge stone pretty fast. It usually doesn't take long. I'm actually surprised there's not one already right here nearby. We might as well grab some of this while we're at it. We do need to start picking it up if we're ever going to build our crow houses. Or crow house. It's probably not the best way to put that, but I mean, it's accurate. Got that done. So find a life form and ask about notification. Can I just bounce off of a creature? No, we just left one trading outpost to go to another one that barely even... Wait a minute, no, it's bringing us back to the same one. But it didn't mark it until we'd flown away. That's hilarious. And you can tell it's the same one because it's the one we dug at. Ah, interloper, such little honor. Viking are unimpressed. Through the garble of Artemis's translator, it is clear that I'm yet to make an impact among the Viking. I need to improve my reputation. Interloper, nothing to fear. Know something will always protect. As I approach the warrior, I hear an item drop to the floor. They very deliberately ignore the faint beeping that has begun to sound near their feet. Despite my lack of understanding, I sense I should do likewise. Okay. Oh, I got it. That's probably enough. that going on?
Warning. Threat detected.
That should be the last one, right? Here we go. Ah, that's why. Just floating in space there. As I approach the life form, they spit on their own palm and bow to me. They issue only a single noise. Grah! It is unclear if Artemis's translator is working. Spit, bow to the life form. Ah, death, death! Spit, bow to the life form. I don't know what to do. Interloper should calm down instead. Grah! Interloper should learn manners. Death, death. Headbutt the life form. We'll do that. That sounds good. I mean, the only two options are obviously what they didn't like and headbutt, so there we go. I headbutt the life form. They do not move. They do not register any pain. They just stare at me for a while. Eventually, they laugh. Ha ha! Amusing. Ask your question, pathetic interloper. I shall answer. Give the star chart. I asked the lifeform to code Artemis's star chart and provide a route to their location. What's this nonsense? This location does not exist, or the Viking would know. Thank and leave. The last thing you want to do is suggest that they don't know what they're talking about. Do not thank, leave. God, I hate the Viking. I was actually, I was gonna change our character's look, and I was thinking about you doing the Viking, and now I just can't do it. I hate him so much.
Incoming storm.
Here you are. I've found high ground, I think. When you arrive, I'll fire my multi-tool into the air to mark my location. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything? Tell Artemis what happened. I tell Artemis the locals could not decipher their star chart. The alien even went so far as to claim those stars did not exist. That's impossible. I can't have traveled that far from charted space. You found my ship. Ask how Artemis got there. As I speak, the line begins to crackle with interference. Artemis looks up at the stars in panic. The stars, they've altered since I made that chart. Blinked out in... How is this possible? What's happening to me? I need to get out of here. I need to... It is quiet at first, but it is there, unmistakable, growing steadily louder with each passing moment. A sound beneath their words, a sound as if glass could scream. Ask what is happening? They're coming for me. I can see them, smell them. I discovered the glyphs for a portal traveler, a gateway between worlds. I thought it would lead me to another of our kind, but now I don't even know if the voice was real. The pathway collapsed while I was still inside. I found this place in the darkness. I thought perhaps it was a planet. I was so wrong. I can see their faces. There are seeds of glass within there. They're gone. My data fragmented and I just wanted to discover worlds. I wanted to find other travelers. I didn't. 16. Warn your face. Please. Not yet. I'm not. The signal cuts off. As it crackles into oblivion, I hear a name through the static. Apollo. A frequency for Apollo has been added to my Holo Terminus contact. So I was thinking about, I think you can see what I'm talking about, and it does that all the time. Just that one's not as bad, but I'm not sure I like it because yeah, I don't, so weird. At least this face here doesn't have the, let's see. All the other heads. Yeah, it's a weird lip thing, and they do it all the time while you're just walking around. Oh, except this one. this is this is like a monster's head thing. It's the one thing that, and I don't know um, what it really goes with. Not my thing though. I'm not into it quite. I mean, monstrous is one thing, but that's just too weird for me. Okay, so just I just don't really like the Viking. Um, so we got a bunch of different travelers. We have an Artemis type. That's what I call this one because it looks this most similar to Artemis's race. You can't get it to look exactly like Artemis. I've tried. The horrific flesh helmet, which is, whew, is horrific, isn't it? This is one of my favorites. Helios, the Helios one. I like Ariadne too. It's interesting. Thing on Tethys. It's just too fishy. This one's also a little too fishy for me. That guy, just wow, just wow. I love this one. That's one of these two are my two favorites, really. Selene and Hesperius. And then, of course, Apollo. And that's Null. Let's go with Selene. Go with Selene. Go with the empty eyes. Light red, black. New look.
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching. Hostile ships defeated.
What have you learned, traveler? What generates Artemis entity signal? Mention the portal. Tell Nada how we failed to understand Artemis's location. I explain their strange messages, Apollo, and the portal glyphs. Nada pauses, their lights blink as they process the information. Artemis slips between worlds into the datafall. Our home lives in these spaces, but these holes are stable, small. Nada is worried, traveler. Cracks between the iterations should not widen. It will not help us. Artemis entity still does not remember Nada? It does not. This is a puzzle, a trap. Or a tragedy? Hollow entity is unknown to Nada. More puzzling still. If Traveler entity is curious, Nada has advice. The rampant crimson is the work of Atlas falsity. Other Korvax say deity. Nada knows better. Atlas false entity hunts Nada, but Traveler may seek them out, draw them away. Boundaries are strange things, Traveler friend. Most things stay where they belong. Other things, our home, Atlas, and now Artemis friend, slip between. Curious. Just devices, Traveler friend, to be understood, copied, advanced. That is all we can do with this universe, yes? Appreciate it. hollow terminus should always be easy to spot. Sometimes it just isn't. As easy as it should be. There we go. The transmission is silent. The stranger just stares at me. Breathe. Identify yourself or I end this call. Say you are a friend of Artemis. No, you're not. Argue it. Call yourself whatever you want, but you can't hide the truth. Friend is just a label, a pretense to make you feel better about being alone. Why are you contacting me anyway? Is Artemis behind this? I haven't changed my mind. I don't care about their weird dream. I'll meet if I'm paid to. Even this conversation wasted valuable time. Say Artemis is in trouble. I tell Apollo that Artemis is in trouble, that they attempted to use a portal and became stranded on some distant and uncharted world, disappearing from the network. Apollo's demeanor changes. They appear uncomfortable. Send me your data logs. Let me see this for myself. Apollo studies the log, pausing and replaying the various segments, static and distortions. They turn to me with a glow of excitement. These noises, they sound just like the echoes of Sentinel events. You've seen them before, of course. Drones that appear from nowhere if you interfere with their precious planets. This data, it's distorted, inverted. There's a lot to gain if we figure out how the Sentinels appear so quickly. And this, the portals, perhaps they're the key. Suggest life is worth more than money. Yes, probably. But if we can figure this out, we can save Artemis too. Don't fret. So, what do you say? Do you want to work together on this? Be partners? If you're going to work with me, we need to expand your base of operation. I'll send you to a contact of mine. They'll supply you with what you need. Just remember to be polite. As the hologram recedes, Apollo's head turns to the side ever so slightly, sighing, as if sighing. Sad. Or perhaps it was nothing, a ghost in the machine. I doubt that. And now we are going to probably be sent... in fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to be sent to a space station. Probably a normal space station, in fact. Yep, right there. King Interloper, Viking Warrior, request for reward. The life form, who must be the captain of this freighter, looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me aboard their vessel.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Gotta be the super freighter, right? Yeah. This is my super. This is my favorite version of the freighter right here. Is this one that looks like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, to be honest. I like the pirate one as well, but the pirate one, like I said before, it has some of the decorations inside that just kind of get on my nerves, really. Ah, pathetic interloper, take something battle glory from freighter. Oh, okay, he's accusing me of grabbing their battle glory. But Viking gives reward. The alien barks a loud battle cry as I approach, celebrating our victory. I hope. They gesture towards the control panel of their freighter as if to suggest I take command. Let's. Okay, we got another bulkhead. We are building those up. It's going to take a while to get any number of them, though. I think that's 3. Flame ruptured. Those are both going to be. Those are frozen. Hey. Hey, look what we found, everybody. Temperate, fair, not a planet with, I think we actually may have found an actual paradise planet. It's got temperate weather, rare flora, sparse fauna. I mean, yeah. I mean, that means it probably doesn't have a lot of storms if it has any. So that may be a good one to actually look at to build on. Let's see. What are we gonna? Fire and ice, man. I thought I was spelling it right, but I always got to check because I hate to put it in here if it's wrong. And this one. After glaciers. I name this planet the Calm. I'm very excited about finding an actual what must it has to be a paradise planet. When it is super rare. Like look at all of the systems that we've got, that we just the ones that we have picked up so far, and this is the first one that I would actually classify as potentially being a paradise planet. I wasn't even sure you could get a paradise planet in permadeath mode at this point. The only drawback to this system, even though it does have a paradise planet, is that it's a normal system. But I won't let that stop me. We can still build a base in the system. We just won't be able to visit the station very often. But we can at least make it our main, the one we visit, whenever we have passports. We can do so. Alright, now we're here for a mission specifically, so we don't have to use a passport as long as we don't do anything except the mission. Oh, okay, we got it expanding. Sorry, we're looking for the contact. There we go. I know we need the other part too, the expanding the base, but and that we are doing that, but we need to meet this contact first. And he's just gonna. Interloper, you are late. You were supposed to arrive minutes ago. Nonetheless, the price has been paid, and I have obtained the requested upgrades. New modules for your base and protection against the elements. Where is your base sited? What sort of hazard protection meets your needs? Hopefully, we won't need any hazard protection for this, but we will go with here. Excellent choice, Interloper. Leave here at once and expand your base. May it prove a mighty stronghold as you explore the universe. Oh, okay. And we're going to use a passport because I want to get this traveler's. I approach the lost traveler. Their skin is translucent, as if they were not truly there. Hold! I'm looking for a missing Gek. Perhaps you'd recognize this face. The traveler shows me an image of a Gek. They watch me keenly, explaining that they were hired to find this individual by the Trade Federation itself. Suggests this is not a Gek. The traveler is shocked, but their suspicion grows. I tell them the Gek in question is no Gek at all, but a dangerous Korvax imposter known as a Synthagek. They interrogate me, and when satisfied I am not involved, they give me compensation for my time. Hey, my friends! What happened to my friends? Please, I need to leave this place. Return to the fleet. There is so little time. Aspirate. Traveler Vok offers directions to a place of interest, which is his grave, by the way. It's always their grave. We'll offer nanites, and he will give me credits in return. And the last one, we will offer oxygen, and he will give me another package in return. This one, glowing mineral. And since I interacted with him, I am required to pay the fee. Hello, envoy. What? Glowing minerals? I have glowing minerals. Also want storm crystal. Suit upgrade charge. Metal core. I have ancient. Alright. Already reached our limit on those, but we don't have any at all. Yeah, we have some extra upgrades. So I'm not doing pods anymore. I'll just do it the way. So, we will take, and so these are free now. And as we go, see, we'll be able to get some salvage frigate modules, hypnotic eyes, and shield. I know, but we'd have to be able to visit a lot of normal stations to make use of this a lot. So it's, you know, I'd like to donate so we can get the standing and everything since we already paid the fee for being in the station of the passport. Might as well run around and do all the stuff we can do while we're here for the cost of the passport being used.
Units received.
Talk to our black market contact under the stairs over there. The Viking sizes me up as I approach. I appear to pass muster, for they do not dismiss me from their presence. Acquire coordinates? That's for the yeah, the ships. And we'll just build them up. Once you have them, you can do them whenever you want. Yeah, just, and as you can see, you know, the price goes up the more you buy, but it goes back down every day. You can buy one a day. Well, you can buy as many as you want, but you can buy one a day for 5 million. And then the second one's 10 million, and then I think 15, and then. We decide to go looking for ships. If that's everything we need here, we already paid our passport fee. we're going to go ahead and establish a new base in this system for the quest, just because that's what I wanted to do. Find us a good site. Maybe even an amazing site. Traced signal to Korvax. I wanted to granted with convergence in exchange for the price extraction from my mind, their wrist recovered. I gained their lied to us. Convergence abets sentinels provided with tribute. Carapace to Korvax, help them conceal. They are coming. Fire, please step back. The fallen traveler's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient dignity. That sounds like he was betrayed by the Korvax. I attained the glyph, and with the ability to travel to unknown worlds. I leave the fallen traveler in peace. In pieces. He took him apart. It basically just even said they took him apart. That one right there. That's the one that looks. I can see a little bit of blue. No, that's most likely. Yep, that's the calm. All right. It missed. What am I just a little bit past it. I mean, if nothing else, this is a nice, convenient place to land. Language. Another traveler. Getting lucky in this system. now. Why do you serve? Which baron is master of this place? Traveler's appearance, their manner, the way they speak, all of them feel archaic, like nothing I have heard before. They repeat their question, threatening to draw their multi-sword. Their multi-sword. Claim you are? I don't know. The traveler grows nervous immediately, their demeanor changing to one of begrudging respect. They claim they have a message from the great king. I am warned to bend a knee or face destruction. They give me a gift as a token of the riches that await me should I come to a just and wise decision. What's the rush, traveler? Do not fret. Whatever problem you face, they will pass. We are all in this together, after all. Traveler offers directions to a place of interest. Traveler accepts my offer and gives me a package in return. What is he? What do we get? What do we get? That he gave. Oh, no. That we got that from the other guy. Okay. Package. It's fine. We got what I really wanted, which was his glyph. I was wondering if it was an abandoned container. Okay. Well, maybe fucking land instead of bouncing off of the ground. Land. Didn't want to land. Yep, as you see, it's a nice planet. Grassy, it's got a lot of plants. Many of them hazardous, but still.
Units received. Units received.
Hard bit. Ground. In the seas. Signal led us there in search of. Pursued by abyss, but we couldn't. I wasn't done. So much more to see, so much more to. Fallen traveler's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient technology. I obtained the glyph, and with it the ability to travel to unknown worlds. I leave the fallen traveler in peace.